well, thanks for joining me, guys. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Good.
Nice. Is that your studio or your rehearsal space?
Yeah, both. Both.
Both. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems like Texas is the place for rock music right now. I've been coming across so many awesome bands from Texas.
man. Texas
is pretty good.
Texas bands are there's just something different in the water down here.
I guess so.
We've
insane.
been playing with a bunch of them, honestly, and a lot of them have blown our minds, especially like out of our town
Yeah.
or general area that we usually play in. Like they got some bands out there that are like really, really good.
The music scene's surprisingly still going pretty strong down here.
Yeah. It's definitely thriving.
COVID's obviously, slowed things down, but we actually have COVID right now, so we've just kind of been cooped up here in the studio.
Mm. Yeah, but I hear this variant is a little bit milder, so hopefully it'll pass
It's very
quicker.
annoying.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's more annoying than anything.
Yeah, it's more contagious, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It was crazy.
Yep. It is what it is. We managed to go pretty much the entire time since
we had COVID
2020.
Since 2020 on 2019.
Yeah.
And we went through that whole time until now, and
we actually got COVID at the end of 2019, which
it was before anybody knew what it was. Like it was fairly.
I think I got that too. Actually, I was in Sri Lanka, and my ex-boyfriend at the time, his sister came back from China and got everyone sick, and I'm convinced that it was COVID before everyone knew what it was.
Oh yeah,
probably
for sure.
But anyways,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. We look back at that. We always look back at that, and the funny story about it is like, oh, whatever they said. Oh yeah, this is what COVID is, and we all just look at each other and we're like, did we just have that?
Yeah. Yeah, because we got tested for flu, strep, like
all the
everything.
above.
Nothing. But this time around, I could I woke up and I couldn't smell anything.
Oh man.
I immediately knew. I was like, yeah, I probably should go take a test, and took two and tested positive twice. So we had to cancel.
We only had to cancel one show. So
we had to cancel a show, and then we were going to record a band. We had to
cancel that too.
But
bummer.
It's all good. It's all good. We're luckily we're just very minor.
Yeah, we're like.
Yeah, it's
all good. The weather is awful, and dude, can't make it up to mile. Dude, they just decided to snow yesterday.
Really, in Texas?
Yeah. Fine. This winter has been non-existent, really, and then last night I
feel like all the heavy snow. If we get snow, like really good snow, is gonna come in February. Probably all the bad weather stuff.
But it was like 75 degrees like 2 days ago.
Literally, like I go outside in shorts, and I'm like, okay. The next day, I'm out there, and I can't even walk out there for 5 seconds. That's freezing.
Yeah, it's like Mother Nature is bipolar.
Oh, especially in Texas. If you don't like the weather in Texas, wait 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That's a true statement, actually.
I haven't been to Texas in a while. I've been meaning to get back down there. I'm in Boston, so.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cold here.
Trip up there.
Yeah.
We've never really hit the East Coast. We haven't done a proper East Coast run yet.
Hopefully that'll change.
Hopefully.
That'll change sooner than later.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But I have to say, I'm really digging the latest single you guys dropped, We're All Monsters.
Thank you.
It's kind of heavy, but it's also melodic. Like you can sing along to it.
Yeah, I would say, as far as flirting with mainstream, it's more of our kind of mainstream songs, but it's got a huge chorus, so I love that song.
Yeah.
That song we took about 2 years getting that one done. Huh? Well,
Yeah,
no, we had it
It
done.
was.
But we had
It's
it
an
done.
earlier song of ours, actually.
Yeah.
It's been in the vault for.
It's actually the second song that was ready for the album.
Yeah.
Before we even knew it was going to be an album, like we did like a little soft release whenever we were a baby band, pre-profit in like, 2017.
Pre-profit.
Yeah, we actually did like soft release this song before, but
and by soft release I mean we didn't know what
no, it wasn't ready
it was
by far. Not
not even close. Nothing was ready for that at
no,
all.
we were infants. We were infants. But that's why and actually a lot of people were mad because we decided to
we got
take it
off
off
for a while.
We took it off everywhere. We took it down. We were like, no, this is
People called us out at shows over that shit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Called us out at shows, like they were like, why did Jay Monster on Spotify? We're like, I mean,
we had some work to do. So yeah.
Well, there was another song that it's gonna be on the album that was released before, but we're gonna release it again.
What's that?
Same set.
Oh yeah. We do have a song that there has been 3 versions of the same song.
This is about to be the third version.
This is about to be the third version.
Yeah, third time to try. So.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
That's what they say.
Literally.
But yeah, Monsters. This time around, we wanted to do something special, and the reason we kind of took it down everything was we wanted to do it right. Everything that you hear off of our upcoming record and all the singles that you may have heard before, all that stuff, we record right here in this room. Mm-hmm. So it's been a long process of learning how to get things to sound good.
Yeah.
And not sound like a demo, so to speak, which we've come a long way on the recording process.
We've kind of gone through, we've been through some stuff on the recording process. We had a different location that we recorded like half the album in, and then we moved back here, and then we ended up saying, oh hey, we have like 2 more songs on this album. there was a lot that just went into it, but yeah, I'm glad it's all worked out.
We had to freshen it up, get it sounding as good as the new stuff we're putting out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, hopefully everybody's enjoying that song.
Right. In my opinion, you accomplished that.
It's been a lot of work. It's been a long time coming, and I think for like it was actually really something we did just for our close followers and fans, because they were mad we took it down. So it's something to give them a little indication that we have an album coming out.
1 and 2. This is what we.
And now this is what we sound like now.
So what? Is the release date in February next month?
25th. Yeah, the 25th. And yeah, it's
finally coming out.
we just got our CDs. We just got our first CDs, and just seeing them and holding them. It's
and sleeping with them.
Yeah, I actually slept with them in the bed for like 2 days after we got them. Just
staring at them, drooling at them.
Like we said, it's been a
it's a bittersweet. It's a big moment, because we've been working on this album for 3 years, and there were so many things that were just like little bumps in the road that we kind of went through, and we actually got the album mastered twice.
Yep.
And we had to go through because we didn't like the sound of it. We listened to it. There were some things that we were missing. We were
mess ups on our end because we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah. Lots of trial and error on our end. And so I think now that we finally see an end in sight where everybody's actually going to hear what we've been doing, it's like a really, really big moment. Still trying to take it in. And so I'm hoping that everybody enjoys it like as much as we do. It was a fun process making it. I think it.
If you like Monsters, you're gonna love the rest of this stuff.
Yes, you're gonna love.
Nice. It. I have no doubt, and people can hear a lot of these new songs on your upcoming tour dates.
Yeah, of course. We we play pretty much everything that, well, obviously everything we have out now. Most of the stuff off of our upcoming record, and sometimes we'll throw in some fun covers or something like that.
It really just depends on the
Yeah. We know a lot of covers, so we play a lot of random stuff sometimes.
Oh, nice. Who would you love to see cover one of your songs?
Ooh.
Like a big band or smaller band or just anybody?
I guess like anybody. Like who, if someone like, who would you think would sound good covering your songs?
Avoid.
Avoid.
Yeah, Avoid. I think they would kill it. I actually kind of do it. It'd be cool though. And then we'll cover one of those songs.
If it was like a huge band, I would say like Foo
Fighters, definitely. Or Deftones.
Or Deftones, yeah.
Or Incubus.
Or Incubus, of course.
Those are like probably the top 5?
Those are pretty high up there.
Yeah, those are top 5. Like in no specific order. It's just like all 5 because please.
Yeah, I think Foo Fighters, they could put like a cool spin on it, I think.
I think they would too, and I think a lot of those bands, they've been a big influence to us too. So they've kind of helped us, like, give us inspiration to write our music. So it'd be kind of like, okay, well, see what they would do with that. It'd be cool. Yeah, cool. That'd be a cool little thing to do. Like, so yeah, I think all those bands for sure.
Definitely. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we get compared to, I would say,
we get compared to Incubus a lot.
The most. I kind of see it. I kind of don't, but I do.
I can see it in different ways, but I think another band that we've been compared to
Deftones, which I see that maybe even less than Incubus.
Yeah, honestly, like I mean, we definitely are like big Deftones like fans, but I mean,
a recent one too. People have been saying Royal Blood.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to them recently. They got an interesting sound. I love their song "Figure It Out."
Oh yeah. Out of the Black. We used to cover that song, like in our earlier shows. But,
Cleopatra
though is
if you like the 2-man band, Cleopatra they're an awesome band.
And then I heard someone say you kind of sounded like Highly Suspect also.
Yeah, we've gotten that one a lot.
Yeah.
Which I guess is not bad. I mean, I like their music, so.
Yeah, I do.
It's we've actually covered Highly Suspect before. Some of their stuff, their newer stuff, I would say absolutely not. But I could see it like.
Favorite album is Boy Who Died Wolf.
Yeah, Boy Who Died Wolf. That was a good one.
Mr. Asylum is fantastic too. Like, I mean, all those are just
their older stuff. I could definitely see some Highly Suspect
for sure.
I think it's a lot too, like with a lot of those type of bands. It's in the vocals because it's not super heavy vocals. It's more melodic, so people kind of just group all of those bands together that aren't screaming.
Yeah.
So
it's the whole generic, whatever.
Yeah.
Cliche, whatever. Click thing. I don't know. It's whatever it is. I don't even know the name of it. Stupid.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you guys, what would you say is like the best concert you ever attended as a fan?
I'm gonna say Drug Church and
Citizen. Yeah. That show was ridiculous.
What happened there?
Well, see, okay, so we've been on Drug Church for a minute. He showed me them, and my buddy Dex from a friend of mine from Galveston in the band, he also showed me some stuff, and we've all been on Drug Church for a minute. And
Citizen, we've loved Citizen.
I've seen them 4 times, so that was my 5th. No, that was my 4th time to see them. And they were fantastic. And we found out they were coming to Dallas and got tickets and everything. And Yeah, that was probably one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like the opening two bands on that show, they were good, but the crowd wasn't going crazy or anything. And then Drug Church gets up there, and they were as soon as they start, everybody just started going crazy.
I stage dived like 8 times a song.
I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't think a Citizen crowd was going to go.
Oh, Citizen, hard. Yeah, Citizen, yeah, they were ridiculous. I actually got bloody nose watching Citizen on their last song. It was I would say probably what 300 cap room. It was like a 300 cap room, yeah. Sold out, and just it was awesome. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then the other one for me, I have to say, was Welcome to Rockville.
Oh, Welcome to Rockville! Yeah, holy shit!
We saw first day we get there, we saw Gojira live, and that was that show right there for the whole weekend for me was still like the most like
Gojira was our introduction into Welcome to Rockville.
I'm just sitting there the whole time like
that's a good introduction.
Mind blowing. Seriously,
it was fantastic.
Yeah,
that whole weekend was very inspiring with all the bands we saw and everything. We missed a few that we wanted to see because of unfortunate reasons, but the ones we got to see like we were definitely glad to see. They were fantastic.
That was overall.
It definitely inspired us. So like we got back home, and I think the next day we were like writing another song and doing more stuff and playing and recording and everything. And so I mean, that was definitely, I would say that was also another big one just because of how inspiring that show was.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I got to drive the van on Daytona Speedway, and it was just surreal. It was awesome. Did it for Dan.
Went around that curve too, and like it just that man, I can't even describe how that moment was. Like
that was insane.
That was crazy.
But, so where was Welcome to Rockville? Was that in Florida?
Yeah, it was at Daytona Speedway in Florida.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was awesome.
It was like 160,000 people there.
Yeah. It was the biggest, I think I said it was the biggest rock festival.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge.
Well, I can imagine probably next year you guys will be playing that festival.
I sure hope so.
We were lucky enough we got to play it this year or 2021.
We didn't even know we were gonna play it. Like we thought it was gonna be for next year. And we did like a little contest with DW Presents and Space Eater show on Twitch. And almost
Twitter. Yeah, no, Twitch.
Wrong one. Twitch. And we got entered into a contest without us even knowing.
Yeah.
And entered the contest, and we played a live studio session for them, and they just were like, "Hey, so y'all want to play Welcome to Rockville?" We were like, "Yeah, next year, yeah." They're like, "No, the one that's in 2 weeks."
Oh.
So yeah, I want to play Rockville. What the heck? Yeah, that was shocking. That was
a shocker.
That was my shock for 2021.
Oh, that's a good surprise.
Yeah, that's a great surprise.
Did you find out who submitted you?
Yeah, I was actually. He wasn't our manager then, but he's our manager now.
Oh, okay.
Brian, yeah, he did that. He did that for us, and that was just a really
coolest thing.
Yeah, just
coolest thing ever.
He just believed in us. He was like, "Hey, I didn't think you guys would mind." We worked with him before and played some shows with some of his bands, and we were just being in that friend relationship. So he was like, "Hey, I just wanted to throw your guys' name in there because I believe in you pretty much." And yeah, we got there, and he's actually from Florida too. So
yeah,
it was great.
We went up to Florida to play a show.
Yeah,
we were BK show, and that was fun. First time ever playing in Florida, and we got a crazy response. Like we did not expect that.
Yeah, Florida goes hard. Florida
definitely goes hard in the paint.
It's a lot like Texas too. Like the scene of music is still it hasn't taken such a big blow from COVID shutdowns and restrictions and everything. It's still pretty good. So we got there, and in Texas, you really don't see a lot of masks or anything.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't see a single mask. We're like, oh, okay, well, kind of like home, I guess. Like a rainier version of where we're from. Yeah, we love Florida.
Almost rainier because Texas just likes to rain out of nowhere,
right?
Ever at some point in the summer for whatever reason. But yeah,
I'd love to play Rockville.
I would definitely love to play Rockville again, especially Foo Fighters and Korn and all that. I want to play.
They announced the headliners while we were there. We were just like, oh my god, Foo Fighters, Korn, Kiss, Guns N' Roses.
Mm-hmm.
It was insane.
That's quite a lineup.
That's a pretty solid lineup, I would say.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be even bigger than it was this year.
Oh, I believe it.
Or 2021. It's last year now. I keep forgetting we're in 2022 now.
I know, crazy.
It's like it was that year was just a blur. 2020 and 2021 were just
one big blur.
Yeah, one long year that didn't make any fucking sense.
I think it was longer for us because we were in the process of like finally got all the album stuff done. We wrote all the songs we needed to, got everything mastered, and then just the process of putting it out. It drug on forever.
We were pretty much planning to do what we're doing now right at the beginning of the pandemic, and we were gonna put our record out, but we didn't know there was gonna be a pandemic, so that kind of we're an independent band, so we gotta play a lot of shows to make money to fund this thing. So without any shows, anything like that, everything just stopped in its tracks. I mean, we could do, basically make our demos and record here at the house and do things like that. But as far as, actually getting things mixed and mastered and fully done, like it was too expensive, and we didn't have money for PR. We didn't have anything, going for us. So we decided probably just
we literally worked our ass off to get the money to do.
And then 2021 we were just playing catch up the whole year.
Everything in 2021 that we were doing, we were trying to do in 2020.
So now this year for real, we're here.
Things are happening.
And we're ready. And that's why we could have put it out at the end of 2021, but I think it's good that we waited till now because it'll be fresh for the rest of the year. I like to think of it as a fresh start to the year. It's good to have some new music come out at the beginning of the year to set the tone. So I'm happy with that we waited. I think it's probably the best thing we could have done, actually.
Absolutely.
As frustrating as it was, it's just like getting the video and everything for Monster. That was a big thing for us, I think. Too.
That was a big milestone, honestly, because coming back to that full circle now from when we first released it and didn't know what we were doing, and now actually being able to release it like how we wanted to. I think that was just a big milestone right there, because this is
we got to put a lot more thought in. We had time to put a lot more thought into everything.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of that's what makes the album. I think that's what's going to make the album better, and we'll kind of see that of why we took so long to do that. So I think we perfected it.
As good as it's going to get right now. It's pretty much it. Yep.
And the title is When You Think It's Right, It's Always Wrong.
Mm-hmm. That is a true story.
Very thought-provoking.
That makes the truth right there about everything.
Just think about it. It's like, that's kind of thought-provoking.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're a stoner. It'll make you really
the entire album, too. I don't want to just say it's a concept album, but the album, there is a general concept to the record, and it goes with the title to the record. It's when you think things, and when you think you figured the world out in a way, all that stuff can just come just crumbling down and just
go all out the window.
The bottom will fall out, and you'll have it. and it's been a very true story. That whole entire record is full of
Lots of real life
real
stories
real stories
that we've been through. I think all of us have been through, honestly. Like we've written this album, like everything that we went through was inspiring in that song. So it was just like just a culmination of things that just led up till now to kind of like in a way tell our story, but in a way kind of give a perspective for someone else's story.
The whole album, it's about not doing that good, you know.
Which I mean,
But-
these days, I mean, you got to be real about it. I mean, you can't sit there and there's this world out there that everybody thinks is so hunky dory and that it's so awesome and you get to have everything, and it's like,
That
well,
felt
here's the reality of it. and you know, it's we have like one kind of like I was saying, I guess natural with the album is like question everything. It really makes you just kind of put a thought to every story that's being told on the album. So I think we did our
without going too political.
Yeah.
we're not
we're not all the band by any means,
Yeah.
but I mean there are things that if you even break it down just a human type thing that just need to be addressed. And just like how we treat people, how we treat people now and treat each other, and how much shit we give each other. Which, I mean,
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of the topics are relevant to what's happening in the world today, and kind of from your personal perspective, I guess.
And I think the cool thing about it is that everybody can put their own interpretation on it. You can make it about as small or about as big as you want, or what you think that song is for you. And so I think we did a great job of capturing that and not just trying to lean so much on one individual specific thing, you know.
Yeah, we definitely work to balance like relevancy and you know, just having something that actually connects with people. And I don't know, it's been a work. I totally had something I was gonna say just now. I have COVID fog fucking brain from it's crazy like that. Just the COVID alone, I've just felt like my memory has just been shot the past few days.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
but I mean, we try to keep it timeless, so we want it to be relevant to people for things that are going on right now, but we want to keep it timeless to where years down the road, maybe, you know, people listen to it and it's, I don't know, hopefully the world's different by then, but it would still hold up, you know, in 10 years from now, hopefully, you know, if people are still thinking about post-profit, then, you know, I think we did a good job at keeping it just vague enough to mean whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah.
It's, you could apply it politically, some of the stuff, like We're All Monsters, you could apply that just to how people are.
You can apply almost any song on the album. Well, not any song.
It's, a lot of it, I would say mostly though,
Yeah.
it's about relationships between people. It's not about politicians, it's not about the president or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just about our experience in our small bubble, in our little world.
And then that relationship, I mean, you can take whatever we write and the content that we give out as like a relationship between you and any other person in the world, no matter how big or small. And so
I can't wait to hear the rest of the album.
I'm ready for everybody to hear it too. I think they'll enjoy it. At least I hope they enjoy
I
it.
hope they do too. I think they will. We put a lot of work into it. There's good songs. If you, like I said, if you like Monster, hopefully you'll like the rest. And yeah, it's a coming whether you like it or not.
Awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate your time chatting, and hopefully I'll see you in Boston sometime soon.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.